junction, junction, junction.
It's a place where two or more things meet or connect, often forming a single path or route. Here is a sample sentence. The highway splits into two separate roads at the busy junction, where drivers must be careful to turn left or right.
Jungle, jungle, jungle.
A dense area with many trees, vines, and plants that are hard to walk through because they're so thick and tangled together. Here is a sample sentence. The dense jungle of the Amazon rainforest was home to exotic birds, monkeys, and other wildlife.
Junior, junior, junior.
This word refers to someone who is younger than another person, often their parent or older relative. It's used to show that they are not the oldest one in a family or group. Here is a sample sentence. He was referred to as the junior partner in the law firm, indicating that he was younger and less experienced than his senior colleagues.
Jury, jury, jury.
A group of people who listen to evidence and decide on a verdict, usually in a court case. Here is a sample sentence. The judge instructed the jury to deliberate and reach a verdict in the trial.
Justice, justice, justice.
It's when people are treated fairly, according to what is right and good for everyone. Here is a sample sentence. The judge's verdict was seen as a triumph of justice, bringing closure to the victims and their families after years of waiting. This sentence illustrates how the concept of justice can be used in a real-world context, highlighting its importance in upholding fairness and accountability.
Justifiable, justifiable, justifiable.
This word means something is okay or acceptable because there's a good reason for it. Here's a sample sentence. The judge ruled that the police officer's use of force was justifiable in the circumstances, given the suspect's violent behavior and refusal to comply with instructions. In this example, justifiable means that the action, the police officer using force, can be defended or justified as reasonable and necessary under the specific circumstances.
Justification, justification, justification.
It's when someone explains or shows why they did something, often to make others understand their point of view or actions. Here is a sample sentence. The company's lawyer provided a detailed justification for why they were not liable in the lawsuit, citing several precedents and expert opinions to support their claim. In this example, justification refers to the explanation or reasoning that was given to explain or defend a particular action or decision.
Justify, justify, justify.
This means to show that something is right or fair, based on good reasons or evidence. Here is a sample sentence. The lawyer worked hard to justify her client's innocence by presenting evidence that contradicted the prosecution's claims. In this example, justify means to prove or demonstrate that something, in this case, the client's innocence, is true or reasonable.
Juvenile, juvenile, juvenile.
This word refers to something or someone that is young, especially before reaching adulthood. Here is a sample sentence. The juvenile delinquent was sentenced to community service for vandalizing the local park. In this example, juvenile refers to someone who is under the age of 18 and has committed a crime.
Kangaroo, kangaroo, kangaroo.
This animal is a type of mammal that hops around on its strong back legs, using its tail for balance. It has a pouch where it carries its babies. Here is a sample sentence. The kangaroo hopped quickly across the Australian outback, its powerful hind legs propelling it forward with ease.
Keen, keen, keen.
This word describes someone who is very interested or enthusiastic about something, often to the point where they can't help but notice or think about it. Here is a sample sentence. She was keen to try out the new hiking trail that had just opened up in the nearby woods. In this example, keen means eager or enthusiastic.
Kernel, kernel, kernel.
It's the central part that makes something work, like the heart of an idea or a system. Here is a sample sentence. The kernel of the apple was crunchy and sweet, with a hint of tartness. In this example, kernel refers to the central part of the apple seed.
kerosene, kerosene, kerosene,
This is a type of liquid fuel that people used to burn for light or heat, especially before electricity was common. It's still used today in some places. Here is a sample sentence. The old lantern on the porch was fueled by kerosene, which gave off a faint smell of gasoline when lit.
keyboard, keyboard, keyboard,
It's a device with keys that you press to type messages or commands on a computer or other electronic device. Here's a sample sentence. She spent hours typing away on her keyboard, working on her novel.
kidnap, kidnap, kidnap,
To take someone away from their family or home without their permission, often by force or trickery. Here's a sample sentence. The police were investigating a report that a wealthy businessman had been kidnapped from his mansion by a group of armed men.
kidney, kidney, kidney,
This organ helps clean our blood by removing waste product. It's an important part of our body that keeps us healthy. Here's a sample sentence. The doctor ordered an MRI to examine her kidney and determine the cause of her recurring pain.
kindle, kindle, kindle,
This word refers to a small spark or flame that starts something, like a fire or an idea. It's often the beginning of something bigger. Here is a sample sentence. She decided to kindle a fire in the fireplace on a chilly winter evening. In this sentence, kindle means to start or ignite a fire.
kingdom, kingdom, kingdom,
A place or territory ruled by one person, often with great power and authority. Here is a sample sentence. The Kingdom of England was ruled by Queen Elizabeth II from 1952 to 2022.
kneel, kneel, kneel,
To lower one's body to the ground, with their knees bent and their weight on them, often as a sign of respect or humility. Here's a sample sentence. She knelt beside her grandmother's bed, holding her hand and offering comfort as she lay ill.
knit, knit, knit,
It's an action where you make something by using two needles to create rows of connected loops with yarn or thread. Here's a sample sentence. She spent all afternoon knitting a cozy sweater to keep her grandmother warm during the winter months.